like I said, it's your boy RZ. Do it to life before life do it to you. I like it. I like it. Today is Tuesday. You know, Tuesday's One Thing Tuesdays, where I recap what I listened to on the One Thing on Monday, right? That's what I do. That's what I do. I listen to it. So, One Thing on Monday was from the One Thing coaching team leader. I forget what the guy name, but the name of the podcast he got is called Choose Difficult. I said I was gonna listen to it. I may check it out, see what happened. But the main thing that I pulled from is about asking great questions, greater questions. One of his challenges was for the next 66 days. See if you could write down 10 questions per day. That's a lot of questions. I think that's a huge domino. And so my boy, he came on and said, you know, that's a good domino, but it may not be the lead domino. Lead domino may be able to write one question or just to sit down with the pen and pad. So I was just thinking about that, one question per day. That's how I can start my journaling off, right? I can start my journaling off by writing down one thing per day. I do a lot of writing. But I want to do like journaling type writing, ideas and type writings and stuff like that. I do a little bit of that. But the other thing, that one of the questions kind of stood out to me was he would ask this question, you know, why is that important to you? Hey, I see you efforting in this area right here. Why is that important to you? It's a pretty decent question. You know, just like I got back on my little kick where I started. It's amazing how you can kind of get off course if you don't check your bearings and see where you're going, because your brain will trick you into thinking that you're still on course, that you're still doing the thing, you know what I'm saying? But you're off course. So I'm back on course because I was asking the one question because I wanted to make sure I asked a focusing question every single day. But what I did, I had incorporated that focusing question into my daily post on TikTok. But then something switched around and I went to, instead of one thing I could do for a short season, I went on one thing you could do, like I was talking to the TikTokers. But now I'm back out of that season, back on the one thing that I could do, because I want to get 365, whereas 219, so about another 150 questions I want to be asking myself was the one thing that I could do, that such by doing it, to make everything else easier or unnecessary. And once I identify that, then go ahead and apply that to my life. You know, and it still take that courage, you know what I'm saying? You know, I spent a lot of time on that Shopify store. I spent a lot of time on it. I did. I don't want to just crush it out. That's what they want you to do. That's how they keep you hooked. Because you spend so much time setting it up. I spent a lot of time on this Shopify store. I did. I spent a lot of time on this Shopify store. I'm out here in traffic now, so I'm maneuvering, inching over ever so slightly through this traffic. I don't want to get caught up in these folks. Yeah. But you see what I'm saying? So I'm invested, so my ego is invested. Just like on that challenge calendar. The ego is invested in it, that's what you want. Once the ego get invested, it makes it hard for it to turn. So see the area that I'm still working in, right? I'm still working in that area. I'm still working in it. I'm gonna have to close it down. I'm about to do something. I'm gonna have to put the ad out there so you still holding up on the ad, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to put that ad out there. I'm gonna have to do something. Make this thing pop and lock. May have to get on over. This guy act like he want to get over. Ain't nobody in front of him. What he gonna do? Don't need to be in this lane anyway. But anyway, back to the subject, back to the matter at hand. What's this guy doing? This guy's like all over the road. Let's give him a little room, my friend. The truck may be a little hard to control because he is all over the road. He must be texting and driving. He ain't supposed to be texting in that big old giant truck. But your boy gonna hang back right here. Let him do his thing. But as you can see, he has some other questions on there. Talking to my son, right? I was gonna pose a question to him. You know, what do you think I should be? He said, you asked a question, right? He said, oh man, I messed that up. But let me ask you something. What do you think? What's the question I'm trying to ask you? You know, I like that one. What's the question I'm trying to ask you? Or what's the question I need to ask you? Something like that. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I did. I did like that question, right? To get them to, because they know what they hide and see. You can get them to open up. They know what they hide. They say, hey, what's the question that I need to be asking you? Try to get them involved. And that's what all these questions are supposed to be about. Even though I think it's short to just go ahead and say, hey, look, this is what you need to do. You know, I don't want to do that, but I had taken the time to figure out another way, a more tactful way to ease into that. Instead of, this is what you need to do. Why don't you try this? You need to do this, you know what I'm saying? I can do that. I mean, I live with him, right? I can go slow. I mean, it ain't juggling. I got 10 months. I ain't in no hurry. I'm not on a time schedule. So why not just ease into it? Asking him what kind of ideas he got. Workshop. I gotta come to a true story. That's what I gotta do. With myself. Oh yeah. I gotta do something about that Shopify store. Dang, these roads are rough right here. Well, that's your boy MC. That's a recap on what I learned, some questions that I learned from them that I'm gonna try to employ into my life.